I think it is the ultimate challenge. You've run flatland marathons, or you just don't know what something like this is until you get on that mountain and you run 13 miles up and you run 13 miles down. You start a little above 7,000 feet and you go a little above 14,000 feet. Quite an adventure.
Well, first, this is just an awesome course. I mean, you do a lot of races, and you can kind of fake your way through them. But Pikes Peak presents a real challenge, and in a way, it's kind of like a chess match because there's different areas where you have to be conservative, and there's flat areas where you can press, and then you get into the altitude and have to deal with that. There's always the constant threat of weather, so it has a little of everything, and that, for me, is what makes it really exciting, and I think why it has such a great appeal.
This will be my 21st year. I started in 1987. We were living here in Colorado Springs. I was a new runner, new to Colorado, and I heard about this Pikes Peak Ascent and Marathon, and I thought that was for some really crazy runners. But because we are living in Colorado Springs, you always see the peak wherever you are, and my eye was just constantly drawn to it. And so I started thinking, maybe I could do this. And I told my husband, and he said, oh yeah, you can do it. And he was 100% behind me. And so we started training and found out just how hard it was. I was in good shape as a runner, but the mountain will bring you to your knees.
I keep telling my friends, don't be surprised if I puke. Just thinking about it, looking up, going up the mountain and everything. But I think it's going to be a really awesome experience, and I am really looking forward to it. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous, very anxious, but ready to do it. I've heard all kinds of things, so we'll see what happens tomorrow.
There have been years when on the round trip I have walked almost every step down. There have been years when on the way up, there was one year on the way up I went out too fast and ended up throwing up my guts at the top of Mount Manitou and still having to continue in a dehydrated state.
It's incredibly physically and mentally demanding and dangerous, and I respect everybody who does it, so I think it's going to be the biggest challenge I've had in my personal life for a long time. It's an incredibly grueling race, so I'm looking forward to the challenge.
I think the appeal is, I don't think I can do it. And so you train, and even when that morning, you wonder if you're going to be able to do it. And I think even during the run, having run it many times myself, you think, I'm not going to be able to do it. And when you do, that's the ultimate.
Yeah, we will see severe scrapes, severe road rash, much like you'd have sometimes at a motorcycle wreck. And we'll see open fractures where bones are actually come through the skin. We'll see closed fractures. We've seen head injuries. We've seen neurological problems where people have at least temporary strokes. We've had heart attacks.
Part of the challenge, besides the altitude, heck, that's challenge enough when you're from Kansas, just to come out here and be able to see if you can handle the altitude. But when you see guys like Matt Carpenter and him, you're wondering how they can stay on their feet and not have any falls when they're running as hard as they are. And then coming down, like when he's come down, and he just looks like he's rock hopping and all that. I mean, and not twisting an ankle or popping his knee or something. I mean, that's amazing when athletes can move that fast coming down and not take a spill.
One of the important functions that we provide at the finish lines is the triage. And basically, triage means to choose, and to choose the ones that are more seriously injured or the ones that have a potential of having something life-threatening.
Adrenaline's going, you don't usually even feel what you do, and you don't even realize if you're bleeding or got skin tears or whatever. You can't really usually feel it until you're all the way done.
All it takes is one mistake and you're going to go down. So people are trying to be as nimble as they can, even though they're exhausted.
We've been coming since 1979. Done the race 20 straight finishes, done the round trip a couple times. I've been injured, battered, and bruised on the course. Been doing it, this would be since 79. What year is this? 07? That's a lot of years, I guess. The reason we come is we love Colorado. I've run since 1951, no, 56, excuse me. And I started at the age of 14, and I looked for a challenge, and this was one of the races that was considered one of the most difficult, and we came out, and I fell in love with it. My wife came with me. She's the support that has always been there for me, and listened to my aches and pains and my what would you call it, complaints.
And he always has to register his complaints before the race starts. So we'll know when he finishes that it was a legal complaint.
I'm here to run this race for my 25th year in a row, and that will continue putting me in the top place for doubles, the most doubles. This will be my 17th double, my 15th double in a row. It also puts me in the lead for the most number of races run here on Pikes Peak. This will be my 21st Ascent and my 21st round trip. So I'm excited.
Bottles filled on the left.
Good job. Hey, mind your feet.
Watch the boots.
Well, I'm a Christian, and I just, through prayer, the Lord just put it on my heart to use my time and ability and resources to do something with running, and this ministry came on my heart last December when I was training, and I just decided that I would like to run for a good cause other than my own ambition, and just had it on my heart to raise money for this ministry, and it's it's a huge need in this world. There's a lot of children dying every year that don't have clean drinking water, and this organization is doing a lot of good work for a good cause, so that's kind of why I decided to do it.
You can write down the number of the last dozen or so people that turn around and go down. And then after 1:30, call me, or tell me what those are. Because what I'll do is I'll wait until I've checked off all those people, and figure that that's the end of the line coming down from the top.
Okay.
And then I'll take off downhill, sweep down after that.
Okay. So relay those to you after 1:30.
After 1:30, yeah.
Okay.
And then probably shortly after that, we'll get busy radioing down turnarounds. Or, there's a disqual. Yeah.
Well, there's 5 of us from Kansas City that are participating in the Ascent, and 2 of us, Nikki and myself, are also doing the marathon, so we're doublers. None of us have been out here to Pikes Peak to do either race before, so this will be a first time for everyone. We're all experienced marathoners as well as adventure racers, but all of the running and races we've done have been on flatlands and never at altitude. So this is going to truly be a unique experience for all of us.
Well, I'm here mostly for the challenge of it, and also for the friendship. All of the 5 of us that are here are all running together, at least for the Ascent. My partner Tony and I are running together for the marathon, and it's a lot about just the mental toughness, pushing myself beyond what I think mentally that what I can do.
Main concern that we have, being flatlanders from Kansas, it is the altitude and being prepared for that. We've been preparing for this for the last 3 to 4 months, and with that, we're at 900 feet, 800 feet or so, and with that, that's the one thing that we've been concerned ever since we started training.
Well, for the flatlander and those coming from areas where there's not a lot of mountains, I mean, your best friend is the treadmill. I mean, you can simulate the peak very well no matter where you live. You can't do anything about the altitude, and your best defense there is just to get in the best shape that you can, and drink a lot of water, make sure you're hydrated, because that's really affected by altitude. But a lot of training with the treadmill can really bring things in line for the flatlander.
This is my first time. Rachel did it last year and enjoyed it, I think, somewhat, so she convinced me I should do it with her this year.
When it comes to running the EAS Pikes Peak Ascent Marathon, what the newbie has to look out for is just adrenaline. That can be your worst enemy, because people have a tendency to start out a little bit too fast, and these first switchbacks, called the W's, are the steepest of the course, and if a runner goes out too hard there, they're just in for a really long day, and they'll lose the race. So you have to pull yourself in those first 30 seconds, look up at the mountain and ask yourself, can I go for 6 hours at this pace? And most people will say no, and they'll back off a little.
I remember last year there were a lot of people on Ruxton Avenue. They were like sprinting up the mountain, and I felt quite, slow. But I realized by the time we got to Hydro, some of these people were walking, and I mean, they were really out of breath, and so you can lose your race at the bottom of the mountain.
The main words of advice are, number 1, hydrate constantly. Number 2, don't go out too fast. Going out too fast just leaves you with less energy at the top when you most need it. And number 3 would have to be, don't stop above timberline. You get to feeling so tired up there and you feel like you just want to rest, and it just takes more energy out of you and it takes more time. So those are the things to look out for. But the other thing is, you just have to enjoy the race. And every now and then you have to look up from the heels of the person in front of you and look around yourself and say, this is where I am. Because you get to see so many different kinds of scenery, so many things that are just unique during this race. And it's more than just the level of energy required, it's the experience that you get and take home with you.
And this really is like the added challenge. And this year I've upped the ante. Last year I did the Ascent, this year I'm doing the double, and I'm trying to just keep calm to think that I'm going up the mountain one day, and then the next day I'm going to go back up and run back down.
I work with a really great group of people who enjoy training for events like this. We often come out here and go up on the Ascent and go up on the bar trail. We actually train together. Since we're pretty athletic or pretty like endurance sports, what we'll do is we will carpool, basically. So someone will say it's their turn to drive down. We'll all meet at the top and then make our way back down. Someone will drive down. So my training's just basically been doing things like the incline, going up to bar trail, coming back from bar trail, and then going all the way up to the top. Just making sure that I'm acclimated and keeping moving.
I don't think no matter how much you run, you really get completely used to it. It always seems to be tougher than you think it will.
We grew up at 7,600 feet, so running around at 7,600 feet is, you're already ready. Where most people getting here, they're just acclimating at 5,000. We're down in altitude, and so, as kids, if we went camping, we just ran around the mountains, and if we weren't at the top of a mountain, it's pretty easy just to go, you know what, let's go climb that real quick. It's not, that the height for us is not the challenge here, the distance is, really, because it's a long distance to ascend a 14er. It's 13 miles plus, and you don't usually have to go that far to ascend a 14er, not necessarily.
Going up, it tests you physically to the limits, and it tests you mentally to the limits.
feel like I've trained pretty good. I've done trail runs up around Kansas City. Had a weekly treadmill workout. Worked out on the treadmill and doing about 7 miles, varying between 8.5% to 14% on the treadmill once a week, and then doing my trail runs would be my long runs on the weekend, anywhere from 12 to, I think my longest one was 19 miles.
We just got here yesterday. We run on flat ground. Elevation is 400 feet above sea level in Chicago, and our major form of training is some stair training here and there, but that's about it.
Yeah, we flew in last night. We figured that was the best acclimatization we could do.
Yep.
And
Yeah. I think we were at like 15,000,
where do we go? Do
25,000.
we go up there?
High speed, low drag, lean and mean. We're the 180 running
runners.
machines.
Woo!
How crazy do you have to be to double?
Very much so.
You have to be insane.
Very much so.
I look at it the other way. I think the other people are insane for not doing the double.
This is it.
This is my 18th time.
Oh, wow.
So it's like I know every turn.
This is my first time. Okay. Victim for the first time.
Well, you know, I used to win, and so it's kind of a string to just keep coming, and as long as I can do it, hopefully I'm doing it when I'm 80.
Well, my first one was in '76,
Oh, okay.
so 31 years.
31 years now.
Yeah, yeah.
Great, good for
yeah,
you.
Thanks.
We need to get a new.
First timer, doing the double.
Oh,
Flatlander to the Highland.
What does a flatlander do for training for something like that?
Oh, go out and do long runs. Slow pace. Try to mimic the grade, but not the altitude.
We run a ton in St. Louis, Missouri, up and down wacky trails, and people have fallen and gotten bruised and cut. So yeah, so that's pretty much what we've done. That's been our ritual, is just train hard to come here to tackle the mountain.
That's what
Check it out. It's lit up now.
We're from Kansas.
You from Kansas?
We're from Kansas,
All
and
from
we're
Wichita.
having trouble breathing, and it hasn't started yet.
That cabin actually got hit by lightning and burned a lot of the stuff in the house and in the cabin. And they all. I know it's purple for the second wave. Remember, first wave you have to have.
I think so. I mean, a bit late to not be ready.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty, above the fruited plain, America, America, God shed His grace on thee and shined the good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
My personal training has been going real well this year. I'm very happy with where I'm at. You know, people always talk about the record, and it's nice to talk about a record, but the simple fact is I was a little bit younger and a lot less gray hairs back then. There's no telling what can happen, and you get a good day and spectacular things can happen. But, you know, it's just, we all go up there with the intent of, you know, giving it all we have, and we have to see what comes out of that.
So it's really important to just get a pace, get a rhythm. Don't waste your time trying to pass people, especially if you're in the Ascent and you're in the second wave. There are going to be a lot of people in front of you. But as you get up past No Name Creek, there's going to be a lot more space to run, a lot more space to pass. So just pace yourself.
Got grapes on either side and water above. Good job. Keep up the good work.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah, I'm sure.
Can't imagine you'd be hugely ahead of that.
Pardon my language.
La salida ha sido un poco rápido. Los varones empezaron a correr un poco rápido y ahí yo me pegué a los varones, pero me sentía bien, con bastante fuerza, y las primeras 6 millas corrí rápido. De ahí tuve un problema a la vesícula. Parece que con el frío se inflamó y pues tenía un dolor inmenso y no me dejaba avanzar más, y tuve que parar como 3 veces, y mientras los chicos de mi adelante se me escaparon, y allí perdí como, no sé, como 3 minutos. Luego el dolor se desapareció en la milla casi 9 y recién empecé a recuperar, pero ya no era igual. Y bueno, al final las últimas 13 millas eran más duras y ya no tenía, ya parece que la altura más me afectó y ya no podía correr. Tuve que correr, caminar y correr y caminar.
It's like being on the moon. It's just rock, pure rock. And you don't look up at the mountain. You just don't, because you can get freaked out, because you'll say, my God, where's the top of the mountain? And as you move further, you don't seem like you're moving that much further. So the important thing is really to be positive and not to think about, oh my gosh, I've got 10 more miles or 11 more miles. Just think about it in chunks, because if you think about what you're actually doing and how you're going from 6,000 feet and change up to 14,110, you could get into a panic attack.
This race is definitely the coolest I've done so far.
I love this race.
Calves are just tight. Yeah, the old calves get it. Last 3 or 4 miles.
Charlie horse for the last maybe 200 yards.
4:35.
I told you, nothing to worry about.
Hey, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm so excited. That was so much fun.
You guys
Except
stuck
those
together,
steps.
huh?
Well, he was ahead of me, and then he waited for me, and then, yeah, it was awesome.
What did you think?
It was awesome.
Easy up there, easy. By the way, everybody, as far as Mario Gilloy is concerned, he's done 20 marathons now. 20 marathons at 8:77. Wow. Okay, Neil Beckman, Scott Ferry from Littleton, Colorado. James Johnston and Lisa Reedy from Colorado Springs. Okay, you can do it. Half minute.
Thank you. Thanks.
Nice job.
all kinds of weirdness. This. Wow.
These runners have gone 13 miles by the time they've come up here, and they are exhausted. Some of them won't even know which way is down. I mean, they're so disoriented. Today, the barometric pressure is about 700 milligrams of mercury higher than it is on normal days, and they're going to be exhausted. We talked about it in the van coming up here that people are going to have headaches, potentially. Make sure you are hydrated up here. Hydration is the key to happiness at this altitude.
Well, running for me is something that, it's something we have control over. We decide how far we're going to run every day, when we're going to run, and we don't have that kind of control in a lot of aspects in our life, be it work or whatever, or home, and it's something that can be very personal. And as far as mountain running, I just like the fact that you're starting down here and you can see your goal up there, and so to me it's a little bit more meaningful running to the top of a mountain back than say around a city block.
This is my New Year's. Every year, this is when I look back on the year and say, what's happened this year? Where am I going next year? And it's a good time to contemplate. It's just so beautiful. It's very spiritual. It's just gorgeous and very moving.
through?
Bring your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't go too, please. Guess that meant I was plenty hydrated before the race.
Just water. Couple days.
Just a couple?
Yeah, I've just been so sick to my stomach. I think I'm just gonna walk it in.
Okay.
Good time.
Good job, you guys.
Good job,
Good job.
ladies.
Potato chips.
Great job, ladies.
Those are doing great.
Excellent. Nice job.
Ma'am, it doesn't matter. We're not allowed to let you go.
No,
okay?
not at all.
It's our rules.
Do we have tape, ankle?
Where are you from?
We have duct tape, and that if you want duct tape.
California. When did you get out here? Yes, sir.
Who needs it? Guy in red, you want duct tape?
Every day for the last couple months.
Okay, man, watch your steps. You got about a mile of these rocks.
Okay, that's why we can't let you go.
Okay, just stay on your feet.
It's for your
Concentrate.
safety. Not because you physically can't do it. It's for the safety because the storms are going to start coming in. When these storms start coming in, we got lightning, we got hail, and it's very dangerous up there. But you're doing good so far. You've made a great stride so far. Are you starting to warm up a little bit?
I'm okay.
You want some food? Okay. What's your name?
Padma.
Padma? From California? Where in California are you from?
Bay Area.
Bay Area?
Stay right here a second. What's your name?
Akiolis.
You alright? How many more miles do you have to go?
About 9-ish.
Okay. What time did you get to the summit?
3:45. So 10:45.
Okay. Where do you live?
Colorado Springs.
You live here?
Yeah.
Okay, how you feeling?
Okay.
Is your head spinning a little bit?
A little bit, but
you seem to be a little bit off balance.
He's losing some blood in his leg, but that's no big deal.
That's no big deal. Have you been drinking any Gatorade today? Or just water?
Both.
Both? Do you have any goo on you or anything like that? Okay, will you take another one before you head down? Just because you're stumbling around a little bit and I don't want to see you fall on something. Can you take that?
I guess I wasn't lucky.
You weren't lucky?
I got cramped again.
Calf.
Thigh. Inside here. Had a pair of them for a while. Nice work.
Water right there. Snacks in the middle.
All right.
Pretzels, Skittles.
Potato chips,
water
chocolate,
straight ahead.
pretzels.
Okay, doing good.
Good for you. Watch your step, please.
Thanks for helping.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Here, we gotta take these off.
I'm not. Come on.
Oh, we got an alley.
How you doing?
Well, so far so good.
Awesome.
Glad you didn't see me yesterday. You do feel like you're doing a lot more work when you're up there. You can taste the fact there's no oxygen. Or they're not saying no oxygen, but less oxygen.
I just haven't recovered from the major surgery.
No, well, good for you for being out here. That's phenomenal. And from Springfield, when did you get here?
Friday
Friday?
night, yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm sure the altitude's affecting you a little bit.
Oh,
not used
I've
to
tried 19 consecutive years. I tried different techniques and nothing helped. It seemed like for me,
except move here and camp on the summit for a week.
Well, I tried that too.
Yeah.
For me, long distance running back in Missouri is the only thing that helps me.
Sure.
I literally haven't been running for the last year, just climbing stairs.
Okay.
But
no, you did great.
My wife said I'm not Superman anymore.
No. None of us are. Great job.
Well, I've did a 647 round
really?
trip.
Good for you. Wow. Good for you.
I'm 62 years old now.
Yeah, I mean,
there's 3 hours difference between my previous worst and my best, and of course this is my worst.
We'll pour some cold water out.
All right, that's fine.
You're doing great.
Is that very cool?
No.
You know what it's so frustrating to get these rookie marathoners and they come through not looking tired. You know, it's like, come on. You see the film?
Okay. All right.
Should be okay.
All right, then. Thanks. I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
You should be good.
Okay.
No problem. Good luck.
Today, nothing. There hasn't been anything. There hasn't been any activity, that's fine. It's good.
Really good.
That means healthy runners.
What happened yesterday?
Yesterday we had a pretty sick lady. We had to get down from A-frame and put on the cog. And yeah, she was pretty sick. Yep. But this has been quite an uneventful Ascent marathon because the weather's been good, and so it's been a good thing.
Here he goes.
Sorry, the adrenaline's wearing off. Ow. Did you see Hoochie? I just won the Pikes Peak Marathon. Oh my God.
'90s.
And I have an insert in them that makes it like a spring going downhill. It's really nice, but I've got it big to try not to try to protect the toes.
Yeah.
And it's moving, and when it moves, it makes blisters.
Oh, especially I would suppose when you're moving in so many different directions on terrain like this.
Just see how he stubbed his toe?
Yeah.
That's what does it.
Did it hurt?
Yeah. Well, it sure was a joy to get up there. I'm 62 years old. I did my first one in 1979.
Sure seemed easier yesterday. Right.
That's what you've got. It's called
Gatorade?
we got 4 inches to one side.
Gatorade,
right there, right there.
There you go.
There you go.
Here, let's go ahead. I'd really like to have SAR look at you just for a second, because you're starting to get really unsteady.
Right.
But I'm walking about a 20-minute pace.
Okay.
And I just want to finish in the 10 hours.
Okay.
And I know the problem. It was a brain tumor about 3 years ago, and they cut through this nerve right here. And I think I can do it. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to force you not to go.
I'll take it easy.
Okay.
Just be really careful down lower because it gets so much more slippery.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll slow my pace because I think I've got enough time.
Okay, if you feel comfortable.
Thank you.
Okay. Just keep a nice pace. Good.
Water, Gatorade. Oh, there you go. Good job. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You do it. You can do it. Way to go. Way to go. Excellent. Water, Gatorade.
Actually, no, Lifer. If anybody needs any help, just keep him in mind. I'm not going to call him or anything unless we need him.
Ron Elgin, Carol Carth, and all the staff members. I mean, they do an awesome job on this mountain. It's a difficult, it's difficult to support this race, and they do it beautifully. So I just can't say enough for them. And if I can talk one person into doing it next year, I love to do that. So it is America's ultimate challenge.